Now we are going to start with the environmental chemistry. So first of all, you should be familiar that what actually is the environment. So as you all know, like because since from many years we are into this science, and we know that we are living in a region where we have a you can say envelope of gases that surround us, that is the atmosphere. And atmosphere actually consists of many layers. We know that, right? It consists of lithosphere, it consists of hydrosphere, it consists of stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere. You have already gone through all those layers in your social studies as well, right? So we know that if we talk about the different layers of atmosphere, so out of that, biosphere is the layer where you can say the life exists, where the life exists, which consists of the envelope of air that surround us. And you know that we are going to, like, what we are going to deal with this in chapter, we are going to deal with the environment, that means the surroundings which are getting affected. So this is what is the environmental chemistry. So what is the environmental chemistry? First of all, I want you to know that it is the branch that deals with the study of various phenomena. In this we are going to study with the various phenomena. It has a vast you can say study taking place in the environment. Basically we will be taking into the consideration only the environment and their consequences, that means their effects on the living organism. So here we are going to study about the phenomena which are taking place in the environment and what are their effects on the human beings, or you can say the life that exists here. So this is what is the environmental chemistry. So we have seen that excessive use of natural resources, deforestation, excessive use of chemicals like fertilizers and all, they have you can say the use of such kind of things has just deteriorated the environment. It is having an adverse effect of the environment because directly or indirectly it is affecting us, it is affecting the animals, it is affecting the life that exists on the the earth. So we know that because we want the basic thing behind this chapter, that why we are studying is just to spread the awareness, so that you should know, because we can just control the you can say the we can just help our earth to be secure for future human race if we are aware of the things what we are doing. Like if you will be aware that that what kind of like suppose you are using something and you are just throwing your waste, like if you are drinking the Coca-Cola and you are throwing that waste, the glass on the road, you should be aware that what it is going to do in the future, how it is going to affect the plants, animals or us. So we should know that, and on an individual level we can actually take care of these things, and we can actually get rid of this environmental pollution, which is the main factor, which is the main effect, which is causing an ecological imbalance, which is just disturbing everything, you know that. So we are just going to study that. So the first thing is the environmental chemistry. Here we are going to study, I think you got it, that we are going to study about the various phenomena that is occurring in the environment and what kind of effect, whether a positive or you can say a destructive effect on the living organisms. So this is what we are going to study here. So now we have seen that there are certain substances which just affect the environment and they are called as pollutants. So pollutants are basically undesirable substances. Pollutants are basically undesirable substances. That means they are not desired because they have adverse effect, they have harmful effect on the environment. They just lower the quality of the environment in one or another way. So you must have come across the term contaminant also, but you know that there is a difference between the pollutant and the contaminant. These two are two different things. See, pollutant is a substance which is otherwise can be a harmless also, but it is present in nature. But if it's you can say if its quantity increase up to from a certain level, it becomes harmful for environment now. So that means pollutant is a substance which is already there in the environment, and it is harmless, but if we due to anything its concentration increase up to a certain limit, it becomes harmful, and that it is called as pollutant. For example, you know that carbon dioxide gas is present in an atmosphere. It is not a pollutant. You know that the carbon dioxide is being used by the plants for photosynthesis, and they require that, because if they won't take carbon dioxide, they won't be able to perform photosynthesis, and if they won't be able to perform photosynthesis, how we are going to get the food, right? So that means it is very important. But if carbon dioxide increase from a given level, we know that it is also a greenhouse gas and it cause a greenhouse effect. And if the greenhouse effect will be there, it will cause a global warming, and we know that we are aware of the consequences, that what it can do, it can actually disturb the ecological balance and it can actually melt the glaciers. We have many adverse effects it is going to put on the environment. So that means CO2 is a pollutant. CO2 is a pollutant because it is present otherwise, it is harmless, but if its concentration increase up to from a certain level, it becomes harmful and we regard that as pollutant. But if we talk about the contaminant, contaminant is not there in the environment as such, but it is released in the environment by any natural source, or you can say by any human activity. It comes into an environment, and when it comes into an environment, it causes an adverse effect. It just lowers the quality of the environment and it affects the environment, and directly or indirectly we also get affected. So that is called as contaminant. To make you more clear, I'll take an example. Suppose I have a pyrosulfuric acid, H2S2O7, also called as oleum. It is not there in the environment. We don't found this as a natural source in the environment. But what happened, like if we are doing certain kind of reaction and this gets leaked, so this H2S2O7, that is pyrosulfuric acid, escape into the environment. And you know that it is very harmful. It can cause the skin disease, it can cause the breathing problems, and even it can cause the death. So that means it is going to have an adverse effect, but it is not present in the environment as such, but it is released due to a leakage from any container or something, what we were, like we are performing certain kind of task and it gets leaked. So it is not there otherwise, but it gets leaked, therefore it is causing an adverse effect. That is why it is called as contaminant. Likewise, you must be aware of Bhopal tragedy, that is methyl isocyanide gas. You know that 3 trucks actually containing the methyl isocyanide just got exploded. 3 trucks in Bhopal in many years back, they just get exploded, and they were carrying methyl isocyanide gas. So this gas just came into the environment, and you know that many people died on the spot, and many many were affected in one or other way. So that means this methyl isocyanide is a contaminant. Otherwise it is not there in the environment, but due to that explosion it came into the environment and it caused an adverse effect. So that means it is regarded as a contaminant. So I think it's clear that there is a difference between a pollutant and there is a difference between contaminant. And now whether we have pollutants in the environment or whether we have contaminant in the environment, that means whether the undesirable substance is present as a natural source or it comes into environment by any human activity, but it is going to affect the natural sources like the soil, water, air. They are just going to pollute them, they are just going to disturb them, and they are going to just show their adverse effect, and you can say that we regard it as environmental pollution. So environmental pollution is the contamination of soil, water, air by an undesirable substances, can be pollutant, can be contaminant, which came into the environment by natural source or by any human activity, but definitely they are going to show an adverse effect. So that means they are just going to change the composition of our natural resource, and it is just going to affect us indirectly or indirectly. This is what is an environmental pollution. So this is what we are going to deal with this you can say phenomena in this chapter. We'll be dealing with air pollution in details, we'll be dealing in water pollution, and we'll just see that what kind of steps actually we can take up in order to prevent that, because environment is very important, and if the environment won't be there, it will be very difficult for the existence of the human race, and we want that the earth should be a better planet for the existence of life. So that is why we are going to study this.